Hi, I'm Lisa Margosian. Welcome to Redbook's yoga video. The word yoga means to unite or bring together. When we practice yoga, we unite our mind and our body with our breath to create a state of mental and physical well-being. Though the postures might become quite challenging, yoga is not about moving fast. The dynamic energy of the poses is balanced with the soft, gentle flow of the breath. This practice will help to alleviate stress and quiet the mind so we can actually see, feel, and think more clearly. By doing yoga on a regular basis, you'll tone your muscles, increase your flexibility, and improve your posture. I've drawn on many styles of yoga for this tape. The series of postures I'm going to share with you is what works for me in my practice. At the beginning, you'll come up against physical limitations that will make some of these poses more difficult than others. Don't strain or force your body. Work within your own abilities at your own pace, letting your breath guide you. There are many levels within each pose, so go for the form of the pose and the flexibility will follow. You should do this class barefoot on a firm, non-skid surface, have a towel handy, and wear comfortable clothes. It's best if you practice on an empty stomach, leaving yourself a few hours after your last meal. View this tape at least once to familiarize yourself with the poses before you begin the program. Relax and have fun. Yoga is not about competition. With consistency and patience, you'll notice real personal progress. Now let's start with a standing warm-up. The purpose of this warm-up is to link your breath to the poses. The breath is the core of your practice. It keeps you concentrated and helps to heat and cool the body. Try to breathe through your nose, keeping your mouth relaxed but closed. This energizes your body while at the same time relaxes your nervous system. Don't hold your breath. Just let it flow continuously as you come in and out of the poses. So let's start standing, feet hip-width apart. On inhale, we're going to extend up through the arms. And on exhale, stretch through the arms, releasing down. See if you can create a little resistance in the arms as you inhale them up. And exhale, release them. And inhale, pressing up. This time as you exhale, bend the knees, and on inhale, press your feet into the floor. Start to lengthen through the legs, through the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, come down. On inhale, reaching up. And exhale, bending. Last one. On inhale, press through the feet, reach through the legs and spine. And exhale, release the arms. Great. Keep the length you just found in your spine, interlace your hands upside down, and on inhale, continue to draw the arms up. And on exhale, release. And inhale, reaching. And exhale, releasing. Last one, inhale up. Stay there and hold. If you feel any pressure in your lower back, soften your knees. Let your tailbone drop down towards your heels. And then if you want to lift back up again, draw the lower belly in and up, pressing the feet into the floor. Lengthen through your arms, through your spine. And on exhale, release the hands by your sides. Great. Now bring the feet together so that you can firm the inner thighs together to stabilize the pelvis and lengthen through the waist. Inhale the arms up. Take hold of your wrist, and on your exhale, gently press the hips to the side, reaching to the opposite side. If you find that you're holding your breath here, don't go so far into the movement. Back off a little bit, roll the chest open, and then see if you can come deeper into the pose. Great. Inhale, come back to center. Reclasp your hands, drop tall and inhale, and exhale to the side. Roll the chest open. And inhale back to center. Release the arms and open your feet back up hip-width apart. Clasp your hands behind you, roll the chest open, and on inhale, lift your arms up off your back. Again, you can soften the knees if you'd like to. Draw the breath into the chest, creating some nice width across the front of your body. Lower the arms, straighten the legs. Great. So from here, we'll go into a forward fold. Inhale the arms up. On exhale, soften your knees. As you fold forward, keep the breastbone drawing away from your abdominals. Come all the way down until your fingers are resting on the floor. Try not to have any weight in the hands. On inhale, lengthen your chest away from your navel. On exhale, see if you can get a little bit more fold at the hips. On inhale, lengthen. And on your next exhale, bend your elbows, interlace your thumbs into your elbows, and draw your arms up onto your thighs. Pressing your arms into your thighs to stay lifted out of the shoulders. Back of the neck is long. So this is the forward fold you'll take if you have any tenderness in your lower back. If your lower back's healthy and you want to go deeper into the pose, stay with soft knees and fold forward. Inhaling to lengthen the spine, exhaling to reach deeper into the pose. As the body becomes more supple and the lower back becomes stronger, you can experiment with pressing the feet into the floor and lengthening the legs, drawing up through the fronts of your thighs. Deep inhale. On exhale, soften the neck and shoulders. Soften the face muscles. Stay lifting through the legs. And on your next breath, release the arms. Bend the knees. Come down onto your mat. We'll take the child's pose. Big toes are touching, knees are slightly wider. As you come down, if your seat doesn't come all the way down into your ankles, stack your fists. With time, as the body becomes more supple and the seat relaxes down, you can rest your forehead on stacked palms or on the floor, resting your arms by your sides. The child's pose is a wonderfully restorative pose for the back and the circulation, and you're welcome to take it at any point during the practice where you feel like you need some extra energy. So take a deep inhale. Feel the breath spreading across the back. And on exhale, feel your hips softening deeper into your ankles. Deep, long inhale, spine lengthens. And on exhale, shoulders release, face muscles soften. One last breath. Just letting go of all the tension in the body on exhale. Good. So on your next inhale, gently come up to sitting, and we'll move on to the yoga basics. So now we're going to take the cat pose, which is a great way to bring circulation to your spine. Come onto your hands and knees. Knees are the width of your hips. Fingers are spread wide on the floor. Hands are shoulder width apart. On inhale, extend through your upper spine, drawing your pelvis back. And on exhale, gently press your lower abdominals into your lower back, rounding your back to the ceiling, and then releasing back into your ankles. On inhale, extend the upper spine out of the pelvis. And on exhale, press the lower abdominals into the lower back, rounding through the spine as you release back into the ankles. Last one, inhale. And exhale. And then inhale back up onto all fours. And we'll take a pose that helps to create stability in the lower spine. On inhale, you're going to draw the tailbone down towards your ankles, reach through the opposite arm as leg, and on exhale, the elbow comes in towards the knee, spine draws toward the ceiling. Inhale, extend through the arm and the leg and the torso. Exhale, round and release. On inhale, stretch through the fingers, press through the foot, and exhale, draw in. You've got two more. Keep lengthening through your standing arm, going through the extension in the pose. Last one, stay here and hold it. Deep inhale, press through the foot, reach through the hand, and on exhale, elbow to knee, and release it down. We'll take four on the opposite side. On inhale, open the pose, and exhale. Inhaling, and exhale, elbow to knee. Extend through the torso, and exhale. Last one, let's stay here for a breath. Deep inhale. And on exhale, draw the elbow to the knee. Release your seat back into your ankles. Knees are slightly wider this time. Take a deep inhale, lengthening the front of the spine. Palms come together. And just rest for a moment in the diamond seal pose. Now, let's come up and add the downward facing dog pose to our routine. So the hands come up underneath the shoulders. Toes curl into the mat. On inhale, you take the cat stretch. And on exhale, press your hands into the floor. Elbows stay straight and draw your seat up toward the ceiling. And on your inhale, gently lower your knees back to your mat, drawing the upper spine forward. And exhale, press the floor away, reaching up through the legs. And inhale, drawing down. Last one, let's hold it once we get there. So deep inhale, and on exhale, reaching the seat back, reaching up through your sitting bones. You can release the backs of your legs a little bit, straightening one leg and then the other. Good, let's take a break, come down for a second, and rest in the child's pose. Now we're going to move on to the traditional version of downward facing dog, in which the legs are straight. So it's a little bit more challenging, but it really is a great toner for the overall body. So on inhale, stretch into the cat stretch. On exhale, come up into downward facing dog. This time, drawing the legs up straight, you can come up onto your tippy toes, reach your sit bones up toward the ceiling and lengthen through the muscles in the fronts of your thighs. On your exhale, gently press the floor away and reach your heels down toward the mat. Doesn't matter if your heels make it there, just try to keep your weight drawing back into your legs. Deep inhale, push the floor away. And on exhale, feel the legs pressing deeper into the floor. A lot of energy through the legs. So if you've got the stamina to stay here, stick with it. We'll do some leg extensions. Otherwise, come down and rest in the child's pose. If you're staying in the pose, reaching through the leg, drawing it all the way up toward the ceiling, stay lifting through the arms. And on exhale, reaching through the foot. We'll lower the leg back down onto the floor. And on inhale, drawing the leg up. And reaching down on exhale. One more nice deep inhale in the dog stretch. Last deep inhale, press your heels down into the floor. And exhale, come back down onto all fours, and we'll come into a lunge by bringing one foot forward between your hands. Make sure when you bring your leg forward, and this goes for all the lunges, that you maintain this perpendicular angle with your shin. You never want to be rocked too forward on the knee or too far back on the knee. So you end up using your leg muscles to support that knee in place. Back leg draws back as far as it's comfortable for you, and then curl your back toes into the floor. So on inhale, reach through the back leg, and on exhale, draw the knee down. On inhale, press through the heel. Think of this as more of a forward and a backward motion than an up and down. Let's take another one. Inhale, reaching back, and exhale, lower down. Come onto the top of the foot. Now you can stay here in the lunge and gently work on opening through the groins, lengthening through the spine. If you want to come up in the pose, gently draw the tailbone down towards your back heel and bring your hands up onto your front thigh. Shoulders roll back and down. If you'd like to and you feel stable enough, bring your arms up overhead, deep breath into the chest. And exhale, lower the arms down. Now for a more challenging lunge, you can curl the toes into the mat. Make sure that the back leg stays straight and firm the underside of your front leg. So make sure this leg is working well before you draw the arms up onto the front thigh. As you get stronger and the pose becomes more stable, you can reach your arms up overhead. Deep inhale. Press the heel back in your back leg and reach up out of the pelvis with the spine. And exhale. Let's give it a go on the opposite side. So draw that leg back. Opposite leg comes forward. Pick it up and place it forward if it doesn't come all the way forward. Rock back on your back leg, curling your back toes into the mat. On inhale, lengthen through the back leg. And exhale, soften. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, drawing the legs straight on inhale. And exhale, release. Let's come into the full lunge, drawing down onto the top of the foot. And inhaling. Come to wherever it's appropriate for you to have the arms at this point in your practice. And reach down. We'll give a try to the stronger lunge, pressing through your back heel, pressing the back knee to the ceiling, and again, firm through the underside of this front leg. Hands come onto the front thigh, and reach up out of the pelvis, lengthen through your spine, open the heart toward the ceiling, and exhale. Great. Last pose we're going to do in this sequence is to come onto the belly and take a back extension. Now, the most important thing to remember in these back extensions is that you want the back to feel good while you're strengthening it. So in order to lengthen your lower spine without creating pressure, you want to extend the spine out of the pelvis. And in order to do that, you work through the legs by pressing the backs of the knees to the ceiling, firming the pubic bone down into the floor, and drawing your tailbone towards your heels. That protects your lower back and allows you to extend out of it in this next pose. Hands come into the sides of the chest, shoulders draw away from the floor, and reach back down your spine. On inhale, you're going to draw up into the cobra pose, reaching through the upper back muscles, and on exhale, lengthen your spine as you come down. Now keep the legs firm, and inhale using your upper back muscles. And on exhale, releasing down. Let's try to hold it this time. So on inhale, use your breath to expand the chest as you come up. Stay there on exhale. Maybe you can get a little bit more height on your next inhale. And on exhale, relax and come down. Rest your arms by your sides, rest on a cheek. And just notice how the breath feels in your upper back. Great. So now we're going to take the poses that you learned in the basics and put them into the Sun series. This series is designed to increase your cardiovascular strength and stamina while at the same time creating vitality, poise, and grace. The heat that you may build up during the Sun series helps to burn away toxins and cleanse the body. If you have only a short time to do your yoga practice, the Sun series is often considered a complete practice within itself. Start by doing 3 or 4 series. You'll quickly reach higher levels of physical, mental, and inner well-being, and soon you'll want to increase the number of practices you do each day. Now we'll start with our feet hip-width apart and take a preparation for the Sun series by bringing our hands into the prayer pose. On inhale, draw your arms up overhead, and on exhale, sit yourself down as if you're sitting into a big cushiony chair, then fold all the way forward over your legs, fingertips come onto the floor. On inhale, draw your breastbone away from your navel, extending the spine out of the pelvis. And on exhale, deep forward fold. On inhale again, lengthen the spine out of the pelvis, draw the arms up by your ears, sit through your chair. As you press back up to standing, arms come back to the prayer pose. Let's take 2 more. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, sitting down into your chair and folding all the way forward. On inhale, draw the spine parallel to the floor, back of the neck stays long. And on exhale, folding at the hips, soften the neck and shoulders. On inhale, reach the breastbone away from the navel. Draw yourself through the chair pose as you press your feet and come back to standing. Last one, deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, folding the spine. On inhale, sitting your bottom down, drawing through into the chair pose, coming all the way up to standing, and we'll keep the heat in the body and move right into the full Sun series. On inhale, draw the arms up. On exhale, sitting down into the chair pose, folding all the way forward, long back. On inhale, lengthen the spine and draw your leg back behind you, coming into the lunge. So again, make sure the legs are positioned correctly, and if you feel stable, bring your hands up onto your top thigh or reach them up overhead. On exhale, lower the hands. Now we're going to add one more move. So curl your back toes into the mat and press your front foot back to meet your back leg. Draw your lower belly in and up. Tailbone reaches towards your heels. And on your exhale, knees come down onto the mat. Elbows shave the sides of the body, chest comes down between the thumbs, and on your inhale, energize the legs and draw your chest forward into the cobra pose. On exhale, press back and into the downward facing dog pose. On inhale, opposite leg comes forward. Again, don't forget about pulling it forward if you need to come into the lunge pose. Drawing your upper spine up and reaching up if it feels comfortable. Exhale, reach the arms down by either side of your foot. Draw your back leg forward to meet your front leg. On inhale, lengthen your chest away from your navel, and on exhale, fold into the forward fold. On inhale, draw your seat down, come through the chair pose, and exhale. That was one. Let's keep going. Inhale, reach. And exhale, chair pose, folding all the way forward. On inhale, lengthen the spine. This time I'm going to take the more intermediate version of the lunge. You can take whichever one feels appropriate for you. Back to the push-up pose. Remember to draw the tailbone towards the heels. Use your lower abdominals and lower the knees to the mat. Elbows stay into the sides of the body. Breastbone reaches forward. And exhale, reach yourself back into downward facing dog pose. On inhale, opposite leg comes forward. Make sure if you're taking this intermediate version that you firm through the legs before you draw up and reach up out of the pelvis. Spine is tall. Arms extend upward. Exhale, lower the arms. Back leg's going to come up to meet your front leg. Spine reaches long on inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale through the chair pose. And exhale. Let's take two more. Inhale. Exhale, softening down into the chair pose, reaching forward. Inhale, reach up. You made it. So let's take the heat we've created in the body and the sun stairs and move on to the standing poses. Let's start with the triangle pose. Open your legs about 3.5, 4 feet apart. Roll your front leg open and turn your back foot in about 45 degrees. Reach your front arm up, opposite arm wraps behind your back. On exhale, soften your front knee, extend out of the pelvis, reaching through the arm and the spine. And on inhale, go for the extension in the pose. Press the foot into the floor, lengthen through the side of the body. Exhale, lengthening out of the spine. And inhale, drawing up to standing. Let's take one more moving. Exhale, soften the knee. Reach out of the pelvis as you come down. And on inhale, lengthen up. And we'll come into holding the pose now, so get as much height as you can. Soften the knee to start with. Exhale through the side of the body. Draw the hand down onto the shin, looking down for a second to make sure the toes are relaxed. Press the foot firmly into the floor and draw up through your thigh. Roll the chest open, and if you can, reach your top arm up toward the ceiling, looking up beyond the fingertips. Deep inhale. And use your next inhale to draw you up out of the pose, and we'll take it on the opposite side. So roll your opposite leg open and your back foot in. Wrap the arm around your back. Inhale, reach the arm up. And exhale, softening your front knee, coming down into the triangle pose. And on inhale, extend through the spine, reach up as tall as you can. And exhale, softening the knee, lengthening out of the pelvis. And inhale, reaching up. Use your inhale to draw you up out of the pose. Great. Let's take the warrior pose now. So open the legs up a good 4 feet apart, 4.5 feet. Roll your front leg open, same alignment as the triangle pose, and turn your back foot in. Gently cross your arms across your body for the first few. So on your first exhale, come down and take a look at that front shin again. Make sure that your alignment is again perpendicular to the floor. Take a look at the knee and make sure it's not rolling in or out. It's directly over the ankle and then coming up. So we'll come in and out of this pose several times. Deep inhale and exhale, using the legs to help you come down and using inhale to press the feet into the floor, lift up and exhale, coming down and inhale, drawing up. And exhale, this time inhale the arms out to the sides. And exhale, press up out of the pose, deep inhale. And exhale, come down, and we'll stay in the pose now. Draw the tailbone down toward the floor. Lower belly draws in and up. Firm through the underside of your front leg. Make sure you're pressing deeply through your back leg. Try not to let that little toe roll off the floor. A lot of energy and power in the legs. Just start to feel the balance. The more you press the legs into the floor, the taller you can grow your spine. And draw up out of the pose, and we'll take it on the opposite side. So open the legs, opposite side, leg rolls open, back foot turns in. Gently cross your arms across your body. Deep inhale. And exhale, come down. Check your distance on the first one. Check that the knee is over the ankle. Inhale draws you up. Now walk your feet in a little bit and clasp your hands behind your back. Take a deep inhale, roll the breastbone open, and on exhale, start to lengthen your body forward until your spine is parallel to the floor. If you feel any pressure in the backs of the legs, soften the knees. Inhale, draw the breastbone forward, and if you can continue on, as you release the spine forward, let the arms reach up overhead. Deep inhale, lengthening the spine. And exhale, softening the arms, softening the shoulders. On your next inhale, lengthen the spine slightly, draw the hands back onto your lower back, unclasp them, and bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Spine is reaching out of the pelvis. On inhale, reach the arm up toward the ceiling, lengthening the breastbone away from the navel, rooting through the feet, drawing energy up the legs, energy through the hands. And let's exhale, switch sides. Deep inhale, sweeps the chest open. Spine is long. Press the bottom hand into the floor, top hand reaches toward the ceiling. Releases you. Walk the feet in until they're about hip width apart. Bend the knees and walk the hands up your legs. Let's finish with a tree pose, a balancing pose. And balancing poses are great because they actually create stability in your spine while you're learning them. So root down through your standing leg and draw up as tall as you can, bringing that energy all the way up your spine. Focus your eyes on a point on the floor out in front of you and bring your attention back in onto your breath. Clasp your knee into your chest and lengthen your spine. So some of you may want to stay here, or you can move into the full tree pose. Take hold of the foot with both hands and bring it up as high as you can onto the inner thigh. Gently firm the inner thigh into the sole of the foot and lengthen up out of the pelvis. Take a deep inhale. Feel the foot pressing into the floor and the spine growing taller. On your next breath, see if you can reach your arms up over the top of your head. Deep inhale and exhale. On your next exhale, lower the leg down. It's great. We'll take it on the opposite side. So again, root through your standing foot, clasp the knee into the chest, lengthen through the spine. Draw the leg up. Firm the thigh and the foot together. Use your breath to extend up through the arms. And exhale, release out of the pose. Let's come down now onto our backs. So come onto your back, draw your knees into your chest, clasp your hands around your shins, and gently rock out your lower spine. Clasp them in a little firmer, come up into the mid-spine. And then draw the feet onto the floor, knees are still bent. Arms come by your sides. In this pose, it's important to notice the quality of the energy in your body. Great, so let's move on to the bridge pose now. Draw your feet so that they're closer to your seat, a little bit wider than hip width apart. It's important to root down through the balls of the feet so that you keep the inner thighs actively rolling in. Draw the tailbone under and the lower belly in as you press the feet into the floor on inhale, drawing the spine up. And on exhale, releasing through the spine, lowering the pelvis down. On inhale, draw the tailbone under, press the feet into the floor and reach up. And exhale, releasing down. Let's add the arms. Inhale, reach everything up. Feel the energy in the legs helps you to get higher through the spine. And exhale, release coming down. Keep going. Now we're going to come into holding the pose. Press down through the soles of the feet, drawing the tailbone under, lifting up through the spine. Clasp the palms together underneath your body, drawing the shoulder blades underneath you to create a platform with the arms. Deep inhale into the breastbone. Exhale, press the feet a little bit deeper into the floor and draw the breastbone in towards the chin. And coming down on exhale, stretching the legs out, clasping the hands, pressing them in the opposite direction. And on exhale, release your arms by your sides, palms facing the floor, and we'll work on a rotating twist. So bring the knees, the shins, and the thighs together, palms onto the floor by your sides. Take a deep inhale, keep the shoulders grounded, and draw the knees to one side, face to the other. On inhale, come back to the center, and on exhale, rotate to the opposite side. Try to keep the knees and the shins pressing together on inhale. Exhale, lowering the knees. And inhaling center. Exhaling to the side. This time, gently lower your knees onto the floor, ankles relax onto the floor. Drape your top arm over your top leg and look toward the extended arm. Deep, long inhale. Extend through the spine. And exhale. Feel yourself come deeper into the spinal rotation. On your next inhale, bring the knees back to center, and let's take that on the opposite side. Exhale, release the ankles and the knees to the floor. Take the arm across the body and gently press yourself up to sitting. So draw your legs forward in front of you now. Reach the flesh on your seat back. This is a good place to put your towel underneath your seat if you feel any strain in your lower back, or if you feel tight in your hamstrings, roll it up and place it underneath the knees. Now press deeply through the soles of your feet, spreading through the toes. Reach that energy all the way up through your legs, root down through the leg bones, and lengthen as tall as you can through the spine. Palms come down on the floor, deep inhale. Exhale, keep the length you just found in your spine. Let's stay here for a couple more breaths. Great. So release your arms. Gently draw your leg in toward the center of the thigh. We'll take a spinal rotation. Bring the arm around the leg. Opposite arm comes behind you. Take a deep inhale, lengthening through the lower belly. And on exhale, feel the spine start to rotate. Inhale lengthens the spine. And exhale draws your lower belly in and up to create rotation. Deep inhale. And exhale, come back to the center. Opposite side. So bring the opposite leg in. It's important to keep the straight leg firmly rooted on the floor. So try not to let that leg flop out to the side. Spread through the toes, press energy through that foot. Take the whole series on the opposite side. Inhale, get as tall as you can through the spine. And on exhale, start to rotate the spine. Deep inhale. As your spine becomes more supple, move your bent arm to the outside of the thigh to create a deeper rotation. Great. Now straighten the leg out and we'll come into a sitting forward fold. So draw up as tall as you can through the spine, reaching up through the arms. And on exhale, reach the breastbone away from the navel as you fold forward. You can bring your hands onto the floor on either side of your legs or onto your shins. And as you get more supple, you'll be able to reach down toward the soles of the feet. Lengthen the back of the neck. Take a deep inhale, draw the spine tall. And on exhale, continue to fold forward from the pelvis. Let your next inhale bring you up out of the pose. And draw the knees in, soles of the feet together. We'll take the cobbler's pose. Clasp the hands around the outsides of the feet. This is a great way to release the hip joints. So again, if you feel like the tailbone's scooting under, draw the flesh on the seat back and lift up as tall as you can out of that lower spine. Deep inhale. And on exhale, see if you can feel the knees softening toward the floor as you release the inner groins and hips. move from here into a comfortable cross-legged seat and finish our practice with a seated breathing technique. Stay tall through the spine and rest the backs of your hands on your knees. Lengthen through the back of the neck, lowering the chin slightly toward the collarbones, and close your eyes. Take 3 deep, long inhales and exhales. With each new breath, bring a sense of vitality, health, and light into your body. Move that sense deep into your core, infusing each cell with health and rejuvenation, feeling your whole body renewed and energized. Take a deep, long inhale. Let your eyes open. Let's come down onto our back for final relaxation. Take your hands behind your head. Gently lengthen out the back of your neck, drawing your chin towards your collarbones, and then laying your head softly down onto the floor. Draw your arms across your body, separating the space between your shoulder blades and laying your palms facing open, arms on the floor. Deep, long inhale. And on exhale, press the legs straight out along onto your mat. Deep, long inhale. On exhale, opposite leg presses along the mat until it's straight. One last deep inhale. And on exhale, let everything soften. Soften the belly, down through the legs and feet. Surrender the entire body into the floor. Allow yourself now to bask in this sense of health, balance, and well-being you've created with your yoga practice. Gently start to wake yourself up, stretching through your legs and arms, bend the knees, roll to your side. Use both hands to press yourself up to sitting. Congratulations, you've just completed Red Book's yoga workout. Don't you feel great? Now take this sense of being truly connected to your own personal strength, the sense of balance and focus, revitalized energy, and bring it into your day. Notice how the stresses of daily life become more manageable. Find the time to do this tape at least 2 or 3 times a week so yoga will become a part of your life. See you next time.